Hi, everybody, and welcome to halftime. How are you? And the score, the Browns 16, the Rams 7. We're going to take 12 minutes to look into how the offense looked, how the defense looked, and some things that are kind of obvious to me at this point. The first one that stands out more than anything is our offense isn't going to be good enough to withstand this place kicker. Dustin Hopkins is finished. He's barely made the few extra points he's made, and he's missing extra points. You can't have that. And I don't know if Schmidt is still being looked at. I would let Hopkins go. I've seen this before. A kicker who has lost his confidence is a kicker that you do not need. And that would be the first thing that I notice. And again, Posich being hurt, it didn't take very long, and we don't know what the story is exactly with him. That Pierre Strong has what looks like a concussion. That isn't the best thing in the world. Doggy Bones is saying it was a late hit. I don't really know. I'd have to see it. And Browns fan agrees with me. um, Joe Banner cursed our kickers when he traded Phil Dawson. Truth to that, too. Uh, as far as Hopkins being unreliable, he's incompetent. You can't use him. So, what's the score? Are you watching, dude? 16-7 Browns. I want to talk about Dylan Gabriel for a minute. Dylan Gabriel had a good enough first half. I'm not going to sit there and complain about what he did. He had a nice, scoring drive, the 2-minute drive. And as far as his statistics, he's doing all right. He's 12 of 19 for 129 yards. He has an 100 rating. He's thrown one TD and no interceptions. I'm not talking about Joe Flacco because we know who Joe Flacco is. He was 9 of 10, and he had the touchdown pass to Fannin Jr., who showed good hands. I'm looking mainly at the back two quarterbacks to do some comparisons because it's such a damn hot topic for whatever reason. The negative I would tell you about Dylan Gabriel is he cannot continue to throw outside of the hash marks and throw sideline passes in the NFL and get away with that. Get away with it without more pick sixes. Very dangerous pass, and you don't want to get comfortable with that. It may work in the college ranks, but in the pros, he's going up against second and third stringers here. That kind of makes it a little easier. But I see Dylan Gabriel as a quarterback who's a quick release quarterback, an accurate quarterback, and guy who could probably do more damage over the middle than going out wide. Going out wide scares me personally. And I would say, yes, Jeffrey, he's running the offense very well. He's got a cool head, and he's sensing the rush. He's getting the passes off. He's made a few really good passes. Jabari Thrash again coming through with catches, and Larvidan, who I think should make this team, not Andre Carter, as the return man and as a wide receiver. But I'm always wrong about this because the Browns always go with the older, washed-up returner, and I don't know why that is. And it is hard to judge things. I judge things by seeing what the tendencies of players are. Like when I look at Marshall, the third string running back, he actually moves his feet better than Pierre Strong. Pierre Strong is a straight line runner. And Marshall, whereas he doesn't have any gigantic speed, seems to move his feet a little better to find a place to run as opposed to just running in a straight line, even if it's directly into somebody. As far as Dylan Sampson, he made one nice catch and a broken tackle, but from the line of scrimmage, he's lightweight and he's easily brought down with arm tackles. It's going to be a problem for him. And so now that Posich is out with a knee injury. Does that surprise any of us? So I don't know. Luke Whippler, ahoy. Um, I don't know if I would call him the left-handed Baker at this point. He looks like he's an organized fellow. I just think that maybe he can end up being a bit predictable, and you really don't really want that. Uh, the D line, when you're the first quarterback that the Rams had on the field was absolutely horrible. I don't know who that guy is, but he DTR'd out there. My God, he looked bad. So any pressure and they were running pressure at him consistently. They were blitzing him, and he didn't have a prayer. Although the running game, interestingly, when he handed the ball off, they were getting yardage initially on the ground up the middle, and that doesn't make me feel good about the defensive line. But Schwartz came in with a very aggressive defensive scheme coming after them, and the quarterback just panicked when he saw people coming at him. There's no question about that, Bronk. Yeah, I think that McVay's got a better place to land because Stafford is another guy like any one of the Browns' offensive linemen. They can Stafford can get injured if you look at him funny. Marshall is the best running back. That's a scary thought, but I'm just pointing out strengths and weaknesses. The offensive line, they look good, as well as Whippler has been fantastic. Well, again, maybe a healthy Luke Whippler is as good right now as an injured Posich. I don't know. Do I think the offensive line looked great? Not at opening holes for running backs. Pierre Strong ran through a big hole and was getting a mouthful from a running backs coach who obviously wasn't happy with the fact that he just ran into a straight line and ran to the ground and didn't even try to make a cut. It's a problem with Pierre Strong. He doesn't cut well. Pierre Strong came out, so they are evaluating him for a head injury. That doesn't surprise me either. This is the preseason, Bronx, so I'm not going to put that up, David. YouTube could end up threatening me. Oh boy. I want Laverdan to make the team. I really do. I would rather see him than Deontay Johnson because he can do more things. I think he should be a returner, and he can do some work as a wide receiver coming off the bench. So I would like to see him to be on the 53-man. Chill Bill is saying, I think Shadur's attitude isn't where it needs to be right now. All the quarterbacks congratulated Gabriel except for Shadur, and I noticed the same thing. And that is a bad look. It is a bad look indeed. And if there's bad blood between these two people, the fact of the matter is that the Browns don't care. They really don't care about Shadur. And the more I'm sitting here watching what's going on, the more I believe that Shadur is the odd man out. And I'm not saying that that's what I would do. I'm saying that that's what I'm thinking. Everybody keeps talking so well of Kenny Pickett for whatever reason that I think he's going to be the one that the Browns keep. As soon as the NFL hands out its punishment, and they're waiting and waiting and waiting, and that's because the NFL doesn't like the Browns. Davis could be a good practice squad guy, but he's not making the 53. That's my point. On the overall, I'm not unhappy with what I've seen except from the kicker. And I think that I would like to be watching Schmidt more because I just don't think that Dustin Hopkins has it up here anymore. And look, I know if Pickett makes the roster, it's going to make it very much harder for me to watch this team because he sucks. He's not good, and he has no upside beyond what we've already seen. Um, and CO Dead, if you're looking for attention, here's your 3 seconds of fame. All right. Uh, on the overall, statistically, it isn't the good thing. No fumbles, no interceptions. There is one guy defensively. He's number 28, and he's been twisted around twice. And the second time, some balloon that the quarterback threw about 55 feet in the air, and the receiver just turned around and caught it because the defensive back was nowhere near it. He's cut. He's as good as cut. And the guy who, when they thought that the ball was still live, even though that receiver went out of bounds after he caught it, the effort that he made to tackle the guy gets him cut as well. That's 2 cuts in one play. So that's what I believe. Anything else at this point is that I think Dylan Gabriel's accomplished what he wanted to accomplish, ran an efficient 2-minute drill. He did not turn the ball over, although I would say there were 3 passes that I think were highly risky that don't need to be thrown. I think he's going to get another, 1 or 2 possessions in the third quarter, and then cleanup time is going to go to Shedeur, and he will be cut, before Tuesday. That is what I believe, or traded for an insignificant person. And if that happens, I will just be very disappointed because we are far from set at the quarterback position. And honestly, this whole season is supposed to be, are we going to draft a quarterback next year, or are we going to have our guy who's young, not 40 years old, and are we going to be able to use those draft picks for something more important that we really do need? So we'll see what happens. Big second half starting off now. I'm out of here. We'll be back right after the game on the Moohead Radio, Cleveland Browns post-game show. Until then, I'll